so I'm making my video when the sun is setting. So hopefully this isn't an epic fail in the making. But before I start my video, I'd like to cover a few news elements. Number one, you can see Ed. Let me see if I can get it right there. Sorry if he's loud. It's the sunset and he likes to greet the sunset. Number two, I don't know if you guys are aware, but we have a new person posting on Tuesday, and you need to go check out his video that he posted for his introduction. Part 3, so Nick posted late on his video, and he asked in his video if we should be punished for posting late. I think his punishment should be that he has to play his guitar for 1 minute on his next video. So I need the majority vote for it to happen, and I need you guys to vote yes in the comments right down there. If you watch Ed behind me, he is nodding. Look. And I was like, there he goes. Nick, you have to do the guitar now. Okay, so on to my book. So I'm doing today Paradise Lost by John Milton. There's like 1.5 million copies of this thing out, translated and rewritten and edited by 1 million people, but the one that I have is edited by John Scott Caston, and it's pretty good. I mean, he doesn't have an abundance of footnotes, which is good for those who hate when there's this much text and 40 lines of footnotes describing things that you already know. So this book is basically an essential for college if you're going to do any of the humanities, because a lot of writing will reference Paradise Lost, or especially if you're in an English class. I mean, Paradise Lost is all over the place. For this particular semester, I am taking a class called Visions and Revisions of the Fall, being the fall of man, and it is English 3. Try and check on my thing. I don't remember. It's like 3 something something. I can make one up. 362. So if any of you haven't guessed by now, Paradise Lost is about the paradise we lost when Adam and Eve ate the apple. And by Adam and Eve, I mean Eve ate the apple and then tricked Adam into eating it. However, John Milton is quite clever and doesn't follow the traditional story. So, I mean, I could tell you some of the stuff that he does, but I really recommend that you read the poem. Yes, it's a poem. A really really long poem. Eve is brilliant, and I can tell you that before, as many of you know, I'm not Christian, so I had a lot of preconceived notions of what kind of person Eve was, and I thought she was kind of a pushover, you know, like a robot controlled by God and Adam, just like Adam was this icky guy that, you know, is like, oh, I give you my rib, and that God was kind of cruel for just letting this happen. And after going through the poem, it's just so fascinating to see John Milton's paradise and how all the men in paradise are trying to control Eve's mind, which is the one place that will always remain hers. So I mean, you know the story. You know how it's gonna end. They get kicked out of paradise. But it's brilliant. It really is. It comes in 12 books. Like, in one of these. And it starts off with Satan in hell, coming to Earth to watch over Adam and Eve and try and tempt them and stuff. And then it moves into Adam and Eve and their life in paradise. I think there are 2 parts of the poem that are my absolute favorite. One is in the beginning when Satan is coming to Earth, or trying to find Earth, in, you know, so you can watch Adam and Eve in Eden. And he stops by the sun and he's like, yo, so where's the Earth? And the son's like, oh, you're gonna hang a left and just keep going. You can't miss it. Satan's like, thanks. So I like that part. And then the second part that I really liked was when Eve is born. She is born by this, you know, pond lake thing, and she looks down and sees her reflection, and she's totally like, geez, who's that hot creature down there? And God's totally like, what thou seest, what there thou seest, fair creature, is thyself. And then Eve is like, so what does that voice belong to? And then God's like, no, you misunderstood. See, there's this guy, like, standing over there with an erection. He is totally the one for you. I made you for him. You're gonna want to go over to him right now. He's, you know, waiting for you. Stop looking at yourself in the mirror. Well, lake. And then Eve was like, okay? So then Eve runs over to Adam. She sees him. He's got his arms all open and ready to embrace her. And all of a sudden she stops and is totally all, screw this, I'm going back to my reflection. That one was hot. What do I want this one for? And then we all know that God is up wherever heaven is, totally going all, she's the second one! And that kind of weird dramatic reenactment by me is why you should read Paradise Lost. There's really not much more that I can say about this except that I give it a 5 out of 5. It's brilliant. If it wasn't assigned to me in college at some point, I did plan on reading it myself. For those of you who are going to college and plan on taking English classes, you need to read this book. And I recommend that you read the book when you have time. You can't rush through it. It's a very dense read. At some points, especially when God is talking, it's really boring. When Satan and Eve speak, they are the most interesting to read, especially Satan in the beginning. He's so eloquent and so ingenious. I was really upset that he basically didn't just tell the whole poem. That's all there is for today. The next time you see me, I'm going to be on spring break, so there will be a change in the background. I will be able to show you my bookshelf, since everybody else showed you their bookshelves, and I wasn't able to. What else? I'm going to keep my next book a surprise because I decided I want to. It will probably be something that is neither an English or an education book. I have taken many other classes in college, and I'd like to, now that I can be home and actually have the physical book in front of me, I would like to review a book that I've read last semester that I thought was quite wonderful. So yes, I will see you all next week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and make sure to check out our new Tuesday person.